your ability to wake up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., when that sacred hour, like it's pretty damn near automatic. Is there anything that you've done that's really helped you just like pop out of bed with that vigor at 4 a.m.?
I was not always this way. So it's something that should and can be trained, and you should think of it that way. So accept the fact that you need to disassociate with the idea that you're a morning person or a night person. Like, it's just training yourself to get in the mindset of getting up and getting excited about getting up. So I'm someone who's like, dude, I'm like a lab rat. Like
Tinker.
treats and little rewards like work for my brain. So like when I first started getting up early and getting to the gym early and doing things early in the morning, I would set my coffee up the night before. I would put the grounds in the coffee machine. I would literally have it sitting on the stovetop so that when my alarm went off, I was legitimately excited to get out of bed and turn that knob, because I knew once I turned that knob, I could check something off my win list and just put points on the board. And then having that coffee, I really enjoyed the cup of coffee in the morning, like first thing before going to the gym. And so that was like a ritual. And so I think creating like a space for that like ritual component of the morning, like you need to have a reverence for that time. If you want to do it consistently, you need to love that time.
Yeah.
Like I love the time between 4 and 8 a.m.
Yes.
It is such a great time period. And like, dude, I love every hour of the day.
Yeah.
But 4 to 8 a.m. to me is just like God's time. And it's working on the temple, working on my body, my mind, my spirit. Like that's when I go in and invest time into myself. And then I just take that, what I'm investing into myself, and then pour it into other areas, you know, other people, businesses, things that we're working on throughout the rest of the day.
Working on the temple is a really good way to put it. I also noticed with you too that when you started sleeping with your phone outside the room, that's something
another one.
that's so simple, because
Mega hack.
it's like Goggins talks about the 1 second decision, how there are these 1 second decisions throughout the course of your day and your life that ultimately determine your level of success. And the snooze button is such a dream killer. And it's like, I think about how much of my day is reflected on me making that 1 second decision to either snooze or just get up and go to the gym. And if you have to wake up to get your alarm and you're like, I'm up, so I'm going to just shower, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to have a great day, versus like keeping that phone next to your bed so you can just kind of like pop over, press it, and then go back to sleep. It's so simple, dude, but it's so impactful.
Yeah. And it's also, I think the framework there is incredibly important to realize when you're actually putting the points on the board with that process. So at night, you're choosing to have your phone next to you in bed. You actually put an L on the board for you the night before for the next day. Why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah.
It's like literally self-sabotage.
It is.
So you're making a choice to start off the day with a loss.
Yeah.
So it's like, when you frame it that way, it's like, dude, prepare yourself to have an early win. That's it. Like, get something small that you could, I think, as dumb as it sounds, like make it super dumb. Like, make it as dumb as possible. Make it something where it's like, I'm going to draw a circle on a piece of paper and fill it in first thing in the morning, and that will be a win.
Yeah.
And then you just keep seeking those wins.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. My last thing to you is, so we're entering the back half of 2024, which is really exciting, and years absolutely flying by. Is there a word or a phrase that you really want to define the way that you finish out the year and close it out strong?
I think controlled.
Controlled.
Yeah. Like, controlled in the way that we spend our time. So we're forcing ourselves to work as hard and smart as we can at the same time.
Yes.
Or maybe not even controlled, measured.
Measured.
I think controlled is not the right word. Measured. And just being measured in the way that we approach every single relationship, situation, business opportunity. It's really easy to get ahead of yourself and say yes to things that you don't want to be necessarily doing. And I think just having a measured, prudent approach to the rest of the year is going to be the most beneficial and fruitful thing that we can do. And, you know, I've just been trying to challenge myself more with just being like a true operator, like SEAL-like operator. You know, it's really easy. Like, I've listened to the opinions of a lot of people, even people who are super close to me, family, like things that they've observed in me. And it's really easy to kind of just like let that become like a bit of a tattoo on you, a little bit of like a brand on who you are. And I just, like, I believe that those types of things are worth like completely dismissing and just like accepting them, and then also being like, I am going to change this. Like,
Yeah.
I have this part of me that isn't good at X, Y, and Z. For me, I think a big part of it is like organization. And with that, it's like, how can I become an organized person? We actually talked about this the other day. It's like, you just like ruthlessly decide to be that person.
Yes.
It's like being a fit person.
Yeah, like taking the feedback, like really take it in. Be like, okay, is there truth to this? Yes or no? And if there is truth to it, now how do we just put the right pieces in place on the chessboard to make sure that that turns from a weakness to a strength,
Totally.
which is possible for everyone.
Totally.